All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Just wanted to do this video here, okay? Just concerning, all right, what the ultimate goal, all right, ultimate reason as to why, we're out here, all right, is, as you can see in Ezekiel, the third chapter, we're basically to do exactly what the Lord commanded Ezekiel to do, what he commanded Jeremiah to do, what he commanded Isaiah to do, what he commanded all the prophets of old to do. All right, and that was to what? To eat the roll and to go and teach the house of Israel. Okay, that is our number one job. Really, that's the only job the Lord, all right, really set us up to do. Okay, as the scriptures say, let me also pull that up on deck. All right, the Lord said he was gonna give you pastors, all right, that will feed you, all right, with knowledge. Knowledge. All right. And so that is our job. Now, how are we going to feed you with knowledge? We first have to learn it. Okay, so let's read this. This is a book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 1, because, in these days to come, as the apostle Peter prophesied as well, that in the last days, you're going to have men, scoffers, men coming after their own lusts. The scriptures also mention, people having itching ears, all right, heaping onto themselves teachers, and there's going to be so much confusion, okay, even in these perilous times, okay, and that causes a lot of people to lose sight, okay, of what the ministry is about, okay. Understand that, yes, like back then, all right, around 2,000 years ago, over 2,000 years ago, you had different sects, you had different groups. You had the men of the Lord, all right, whose job it was to go and teach the actual truth, the doctrine of Yahweh Shai, all right, the doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You had different groups as well. You had the Zealots, all right. You had the wicked scribes and Pharisees, and you had the regular scribes and Pharisees, okay. You had people that were going around, teaching things that were similar to Yahweh doctrine. All right, people teaching the law of Moses. You had people teaching so many different things, but they were different sects. All right, just like they are today. Now, what did they all have in common? They were all Israelites. So just because they were all Israelites, does that mean that they were all of the elect? Does that mean that they were all prophets? Does that mean they were all teaching the doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? No. So it's the same thing today. Just because, all right, somebody calls himself an Israelite, okay, that's your nationality. All right, but salvation isn't based solely on your nationality. It's based on the works you do. Okay? That is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll," and that roll is referring unto the scriptures. It says, "And go speak unto the house of Israel." Okay, so eating this roll, all right, is not talking about physically eating this roll, but it's talking about eating it and digesting it mentally. Okay, learning these scriptures. Okay, you eat it through your eyes. All right, you read these words, you listen, you understand. Okay, and you digest it. As the saying goes, food for thought. That's what the scriptures are. All right, it's food for your mind. So you're supposed to eat it with your mind, digest it, learn it, and go and speak onto the house of Israel. Go and prophesy. The instructions and the things we need to know and we need to do are written in this book. All right. Verse 2, it says, "So I opened my mouth and he caused me to eat that roll." Once again, it's not literal. Okay. But it says, because what Ezekiel did was he was willing, all right, to learn the things, the contents that he needed to know to go and teach and prophesy unto the house of Israel. Okay. It says, "And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them." All right, and that's one way you can find out who are the men of the Lord. The men of the Lord are going to be speaking the words, all right, of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And frankly, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai doesn't care about drama and little petty skirmishes and all of that. The Lord, what the Lord cares about is the things He has said, the things that are written of in the scriptures. All right, and that means prophecy. Okay, mainly prophecy. All right, that means going into the mark of the beast. And yes, the Most High does care if you put a microchip inside your body. But if you want to find out the hard way, be my guest. Okay, I'm not trying to find out the hard way, and I'm pretty sure those that are sincere out there are not trying to find out the hard way either. See, we're both gonna find out. I just prefer to find it out from being in the chariot, looking at you getting burnt. You know, if you want to prefer finding it out, being on the soil, getting torn up by thermonuclear fire, hey, so be it, man. Okay, but we passed that point. You know what I'm saying of trying. It's look, we just here to just give the message, and that's it, man. The judgment is going to tell. The judgment is going to do the separation. Okay, and we're very very close to that time, man. Once those doors of mercy close, man, there's nothing else that can be done. Verse 3, and he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat. I read that already. Okay. All right, so that was pretty much it on here. Now let's go here. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 15. Really, I'll start at verse 11. It says, And the Lord said unto me, The backsliding Israel hath justified herself more than treacherous Judah. Go and proclaim these words towards the north, and say, Return, thou backsliding Israel, saith the Lord. All right. So this truth, this ministry, is not necessarily about us and our little things. No, it's about doing what the Lord said. Okay, we learn this truth so we can point it outwards and fish for the elect. Okay, remember, the world is the field. Okay, that the seed has been sown in. So we got to find who the elect are, man. Now it says, Return, thou backsliding Israel, saith the Lord, and I will cause mine anger to fall upon you, for I am merciful, saith the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever. Only acknowledge thine iniquity, that thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy power, and hast scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree, and ye have not obeyed my voice, saith the Lord. So the Lord said, acknowledge it, repent, and I'll forgive you. Okay? It says, Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city, and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. So that tells you there that, not that two of a family means that there's some left. Okay, meaning this truth isn't for everybody. There are going to be separations caused by this truth, because the Lord is going to be taking some and he's going to be leaving some. Verse 15, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And this ain't talking about your Christian pastors who only feed themselves, all right, and tell you to pay your tithes and collections and so on and so forth, and they use it for themselves, and they don't really teach you anything that you need to know. Okay, that's not what it's talking about. All right, as a matter of fact, let's look into the word pastors. All right, it says pasture, tend, graze, feed, to shepherd. Okay, of ruler, teacher. Okay, so what are we? We are the shepherds, all right, under Yahushai, the ultimate shepherd, and we are also what? The teachers. Okay, and we are feeding you with knowledge and understanding, because as the scriptures say, Romans, what's that? Is it 10 and 13? Yes, Romans 10 and 13. It says, For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. How then shall they call on him whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe on him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? And that's why the Lord sent us out. We're supposed to teach you, all right, and feed you with knowledge and understanding that you can know, aka hear of the Lord, so that you can then what? Believe on the Lord, so that you can then call on the Lord to be saved. But that's based on what we're teaching you, what we're preaching to you. Okay? And it says, and how shall they preach except they be sent? Now, if you're not sent by the Lord, then whatever you're going to preach for them to hear is not going to be able to lead them to know the Lord, which in turn they're not going to be able to believe on the Lord, which in turn they're not going to be able to call on the Lord to be saved. That's why you have people who aren't sent, so they go and they teach people Jesus. They teach people all these different false things. They tell them the mark of the beast is not the chip. They tell them the Most High doesn't care. You go take that vaccine. They mislead them. Okay? It says, as it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things. Okay? And those are the true men of the Lord. And guess what? As the Lord said in 2nd Ezra, then shall they be known who are my chosen. It's starting, all right, and he's showing it, man, by invalidating other groups. Okay? The Lord is showing you who are his chosen, all right, through process of elimination. He's crossing out these other groups. He's showing you the folly, all right, amongst them. And if you're wise, you'll be able to see it and say, "Yo, hold up, nah, this is not." You know what I'm saying? This is becoming more about people than it is about the Most High, and that is not what the gospel is about. We're supposed to teach you the gospel of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, not the doctrine of fools, not the doctrine of clout, not the doctrine of self gain. All right, but the doctrine of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, because we didn't give ourselves this knowledge. This isn't our business. We are working for somebody. Okay? Therefore, we have to follow the contract that we signed, that we agreed to when we came into this truth. Okay? It says, moving on. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. So there it is. That's what the Lord wants us to do. He wants us to speak in the ears of his people, all right, the words of prophecy, which he's going to put in our mouth, pursuant to Luke 21 and 15. Okay? And what is prophecy? Prophecy are the things that are to come. That's why we're constantly doing videos, all right, on these articles that come out on the cashless society that's coming up, on any updates that are leading towards prophecy, because that's the spirit the Lord wants us to be in. Okay? And that is where our main focus is at. That is going to get you a long way when you stay focused on the task at hand. Okay? When you stay spiritual, when you have your mind on things that are to come, when you're not too consumed up with the things right now, the things of this world. Okay? When you actually practice faith and spirituality, and not just say it, but when you actually live it, that will get you a long way. Okay, but the Lord he's making it so a lot of people are gonna have to walk the walk that they've been talking. But when that hell comes, when things get real, you'll see people's real and true colors. Okay, you're gonna see how people react under pressure. All right, how people turn carnal under pressure. Okay, how people turn cowards under pressure. How people lose faith under pressure, how people betray you under pressure. All these things are going to be seen, because the outward facade that people can put up when they're in their comfort zone is going to be taken away. All right, things are going to get so real, they're not going to have time to try to put up a front as to who they are. You'll see who people truly are. Okay, whether they're actually spiritual men, whether they're actually men of the Lord, okay, or whether they've been putting up a front this whole time. Okay, it says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So these prophecies are faithful and true, man. They're going to come to pass. All right. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them that trouble thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. You know, so we just brush it off, man. You know, all these different things that they say, but that doesn't sway us from the purpose, because the Lord isn't going to come and say, why did you stop teaching? Oh, people were cursing me out. They were making fun of me. They kept getting on me, so I stopped. Oh, okay. Oh, that's perfectly understandable. Yeah, get on the chariot. The Lord ain't gonna do that. All right. He's gonna say, well, where in the scriptures did I tell you that? Did I not tell you that they were gonna do that? Okay. Then did I not tell you to fear not their disbelief and their scoffing and so on and so forth, to make your foreheads hard against theirs? So where did you get the idea that you will be pardoned because you don't want, the the opinions of people. You're too afraid of the opinions of others about you. Others are not going to give you salvation. The Lord is. So you should be more focused on what the Lord thinks. You see, before you act, you have to think of the consequence, both physical and spiritually. All right? Every action you take has a reaction. The Lord judges you based on what you do. So you always have to take that into account. Is what I'm about to do, being that the Lord is looking, is it gonna come to bite me in the ass? Is it gonna cause a negative effect? Is it gonna affect the brotherhood? What you got to consider these things before you do certain things. All right, and you might not get judged right then and there, but the Lord will judge you. Okay, as the scriptures say, Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. All right, it says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the hearts of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. All right, you got to learn to exercise spiritual restraint. Okay, you got to learn to take a deep breath when you get pissed off, or when something triggers you, or you get vexed. You got to learn to take a deep breath and let the spiritual thoughts override the carnal, because the carnal leads to emotions leads to stupid actions, which then lead to you getting judged. All right, now like I said, because it's not executed speedily, don't think that you're not going to get judged at all. Verse 12 says, though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him, but it shall not be well with the wicked. So your days may be prolonged, but the scriptures talk about the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. How are your days going to end? It says, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not the Most High, or he feareth not before the Most High. And very soon, the things that are about to start happening on the face of the earth, man, you're going to see what the Lord truly thinks. You're going to see what the Lord truly thinks about people, groups, thoughts, actions, all those things, man. And if you've been following a certain action pattern, when the Lord starts judging those people that are leading you down that road, you're going to realize that your judgment is coming next, because you've been committing the same actions and following the same trends as those that are getting punished. Okay? Very soon you're going to see where the Lord stands when he starts causing things to happen on the face of the planet Earth, and people you expect, all right, to gain favor in the sight of the Lord, they actually get judgment. All right? Now for you who blindly follow them, guess what? The Most High is going to judge your ass as well. Okay, you see, there's those, all right, that are going to get judged for misleading others, but those that were misled are still going to get judged because they were still going off. All right, you can't forget that. All right, it's not difficult to do what the Lord required, man. You learn the scriptures and you go and teach it. You don't need 2,000 people to go do that. Okay, the scriptures say the Lord sent the disciples 2 at a time. You got to read and the speaker. You alternate. That's all it is. All right. When we do these videos, it's literally like a one-man camp. We're reading the scripture ourselves and we're breaking it down. Okay. This is 1 Corinthians 14 and 29. It says, let the prophets speak 2 or 3 and let the other judge. You got to understand, man. Think about it. In terms of measurement of edification, if you have 20 people in one camp and only one person is speaking and maybe 1 or 2 people are reading, that's what? 17 other people, what are they doing? Just standing there? As opposed to if you were to break that up into 2 or 3, all right, per group, and you were to send that out, guess what? Or even if you were to break it up into 5, you have four groups right there that can bring out 4 times the edification. But when your mind is not on how to edify or how to promote this work to the fullest, you won't think like that. For you, it'll just be about the outward, how it looks. What does it look like on camera? What is this? That kind of thing. The Lord doesn't care about that. Okay. The Lord, we're doing this work to please the Lord. All right. Forget what people think. Forget what it looks like. Forget that, man. The image and the glory and all that stuff is vain right now. Okay. We're doing this to please Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. When you go to work, you don't go to work to make sure your coworkers are not the ones who are going to hire you or fire you. It's your boss. So you make sure that what your boss says is what you do, not what your coworkers are saying, because they could get fired just like you. All right. Now in closing, I'm gonna just end it off with this. This is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 31. It says, "It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power." All right. And we ought to always remember the scripture right here, man. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. The Lord is long suffering, but sometimes people forget that the Lord is there. Okay. And you forget the kind of judgment that he can bring upon you. Okay. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. Just do what the Lord commanded us to do, and you'll be all right. But you do otherwise, and you will regret it. All right, you will regret it for a very, very, very long time. Okay. So with that, I hope you were edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Macha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.